Fiona, if you think real quick about channels, um, and I know it depends, right? The channels you use to actually launch depends on what you've invested in and where you're at as a business and budget and all kinds of stuff. But if you think about maybe some key channels that you would make sure that you would leverage to launch a new product or feature, anything that stands out?
Yeah, definitely. And I think to your point, it definitely depends on the size of the launch. We're working on a new tiering system where we map specific channels to the tier that we assign to the size of the launch. But just in general, some of our go-to channels, in-app messaging is like one of our go-tos right now for features that we definitely want to point out to customers who are in the product right away. Email, either in the form of a dedicated announcement or if it's a smaller launch in our newsletter, giving kind of like a digest of what's new. Um, as an end user, I always like to see that from companies that I use or tools that I use. So that's something that we definitely do when it makes sense. We play around with social a bit, but it can be tough with
Mm.
feature releases. It's not always the right place to talk about your new feature. And then for our bigger launches, we will sometimes come up with a video campaign and spin up dedicated landing pages on our marketing site for those specifically. Um, yeah, just to name a few. I feel like I could keep going, but but I think those are the big ones.
I know it's all relative. You see people
Yeah.
also doing the building in public stuff, that
Yes,
they've done
exactly.
a lot, right? So that's kind of
Events.
a new thing here. Um, Real quick, any sort of tools that you're using, Justin asks, for in-app announcements?
We use Intercom.
Okay,
hmm
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we've had success with that. It's been doing the job for us right now.
awesome. Cool. Chris, anything that you're using for in-app announcements?
We have HubSpot.
Cool.
So we use HubSpot chats. We have our own built in-app messaging. Um, and then I think like what Fiona was saying, like it's not necessarily in-app, but to users. So we have our
Mm.
newsletter that goes out to users, and we have our release notes section and all that stuff. We do like to hit socials because a lot of our customers follow socials.